Welcome back to Televised Magazine. I'm your founder, Emily Sullivan. Today we are here with the most special guest, the lead singer of Honey the Band, creator of hit song Televised, and my favorite dancing white boy. Please welcome Jason. How are
Wow,
you?
thank you. That was so sweet.
Well, you have such an exciting time coming up with a new album that just dropped, a new tour, and an upcoming anniversary show on the 18th at the Roxy. The anniversary show is celebrating 10 years of Pain, Ache, and Loving. Can we get any insight on the set list, or are we keeping it a secret?
It's probably pretty much exactly what you would expect because because it's the four of us back up there together. It's kind of like a whole like spanning like mixed bag of like something from everything that we've pretty much ever done. Um, so I mean, obviously it's PAL in full, of course, but yeah, other than that, it's like, it's kind of just all over the place. It's definitely it's the longest set that we've ever played. Not by much. We're not going for like 3 hours or anything like that, but it's got pretty much everything in there.
That'll be awesome. Even some new album Spirit on there.
Yeah, there's some spirit stuff too. Yeah, I
Awesome.
convinced everybody to hit a couple licks with me.
That's awesome. So, going back to the Pain, Ache, and Loving era, you had some pretty fun hair colors ranging from pretty much every color. If you could assign each song off of Pain, Ache, and Loving a kind of hairstyle, whether it's the kind that you had when you made it or what you associate with it, what would each song be?
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's tough. Okay. I feel like Natalie would get like an all over real short, all green vibe. Like like Billy Joe from Green Day back in the day. I've always wanted to do that one, but I never did. Um, hmm. Cry for Me gets all bleach blonde, of course. LaBelle gets pink top. Um, July. July's got like a blue hair kind of vibe to it, doesn't it? Oh, but so does Parking Lot a little bit.
I beg to differ, but
Oh, really?
I don't know.
What's
Parking
what's
lot
your vibe?
to me is very like a bleach damaged light pink, but
See, okay, that's true. I guess they don't all have to be different. That's true. Yeah, I like that. A little faded. It's a little coral
mhm,
on there. Yeah. I've had that one too. That was a big one. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then July gets like a blue.
I love it.
Nice blue.
And kind of going with the aesthetics of the EP, did the cover for the EP kind of inspire the next work for Windows 1 and 2, or was it just kind of a coincidence that the art was more of like no one in the band is in it and it's just like different objects?
Um, I mean, we were always trying to have like kind of a like a through line for everything, you know. But yeah, it I mean it freaking yeah, PAL ended up looking like it was maybe Windows 0 or something like that because
Yeah.
it's like the mirror itself is kind of a little bit of a window. That's cool. Yeah. No, we didn't think about it like too much that hard, but it was, I guess we kind of just gravitate towards the same, like looking type stuff and all that.
Yeah, it's definitely different from Spirit, which is great, but I just noticed that kind of trend and I was curious about it. So it was awesome. And then for Panic and Loving, is there a specific song that you gravitate towards or does it change every day?
Um, Natalie's probably always been my favorite. Um, just because that was also like that was like maybe the first song that was ever written for this band. So, and like the original like garage band version of it is on the 12 inch because like I found some demos to put on the B side of the 12 inch. Um, so yeah, the very first thing that I made for this band is on that. And it was Natalie. So that one's probably always going to be my favorite. But I also love Parking Lot, but only the way that we play it live.
What's wrong with the studio version?
I honestly, I kind of people are gonna come for me, but I really don't like the recorded version of that song.
Why?
I don't know. It just I don't know, the vibe is off to me. But also maybe it's just because I got so used to the way that we play it live is like really like, I'm I don't know if you've seen it, but because we haven't done it in a really long time. But Chuck is yapping back there. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh,
She's
goodness.
she's going meow, 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 enjoying her chicken and cottage cheese. But yeah, I just really like the live version because it's all like stripped back and emo and stuff, and then it gets really punkin' really fast. So that one, but only the live version.
Well, maybe it's just a sign to add it to future set lists from
But
now on.
I do like my guitar solo in LaBelle. That one's fun.
Yeah, that is very fair. Well, it's unfortunate because Parking Lot is my favorite Honey song, but whatever. Going in,
Sorry.
yeah, it's fine. Going into Spirit that came out on September 25th, you mentioned some of your past influences being Alex G, The Dare, The Teenagers. Were there any influences from your past work, or was it strictly like listening to other music and writing how you feel?
Um, it was kind of I feel like it was just me pulling from yeah, like at any everything and anything that I always have. I felt like I like leaned into a little bit more like kind of Weezery, like a little bit more of like a Weezer vibe, the pillows. Yeah, when it went a little more like, kind of like early 2000s like rocky than we have before. I guess just because it was like just me and I'm like, I don't care if this is like, corny, quote unquote. So, yeah, it was just a lot of that.
Yeah, I think it worked really well. That's why I asked because it kind of gave me hints of Windows 2 a little bit. Not completely, but just I felt it as I was listening to it.
Yeah, maybe like your love song part two,
Mm, for
kind of
sure.
that like that power poppy kind of stuff, like the Cars and shit like that, which I always love.
Yeah. For title track, you had fans help with the intro with the spirit chant, which is a really good way to just involve fans in your work. And it kind of leads me to wonder if fan perception is something that comes into play when you're writing songs, or if that's just like a plus afterwards.
I mean, it used to be, but I mean the longer that I do this, the less I try to be like, oh, like will people like this song or like will people think that this part is like, you know, lame or corny or like whatever or like is this like a Honey fans song or like something like that. You know what I mean? It's like now I kind of just like I mean this is a tale as old as time. Like artist gets older and like starts not really giving too much of a shit what everybody else thinks about stuff. So I mean, yeah, I'm no different than I feel like anything else. Sorry, I'm really distracted by Charlie
Good.
eating. Um, but yeah, I mean, I always just hope that people like shit, like the music. But I mostly make it for myself nowadays, you know?
Yeah. Uh, does the like idea of how it will sound live go into it or no?
Yeah, that one I always care about because I do, that's to me it's at least half of the whole thing. I love playing shows and I love going on tour. Yeah, I'm always thinking about how something's going to sound live for sure. Um, so that definitely influenced a lot of Spirit because that's why everything is kind of like high energy and like fun, because I was like, oh, I just want to like freaking like jump on stage and just like, you know, hype everybody up. So I just wanted high energy stuff.
And if you did a headline tour anytime soon, would you include some of your more slower songs like My Own Age or Your Love Song Part 2?
Wow, my own age. Interesting. Your love song I've always wanted to do live, so maybe I will. Um, I mean, yeah, there's always, especially on a headline set, there's always a place for slow stuff and like, you know, emo vibes. Like the ride of the set is really important, like the flow and like having ups and downs and shit like that. Um, but yeah, that's usually only something you can do when you have, you know, 45 minutes an hour to do it. And like people that actually know who you are and what in the songs that you're playing. Um, because most of the time on like yeah, on like a support tour, I start playing like a slow song. That turns into the bathroom song for everybody, you know. So, but yeah, definitely on headline tours, I do want to start messing around with stuff that maybe like the other guys back in the day just wouldn't want to play.
You
Um,
have the freedom. You can do whatever you want.
yeah, exactly. Like it was hard enough for me to convince Kevin to sing fucking what's that song called? I never remember what the song is actually
Xbox
called.
lover.
No, 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 Smarter Ways of Saying It.
Oh yeah. Dang.
Yeah, 'cause I love that little ditty, and when we did it live, we like made it kind of cool. We like added some stuff on top, me and Goldie playing guitar on it more, and like yeah. But Kevin was always embarrassed to sing that one. He's like, dude, it's just me singing this like slow ass song. I don't know. But
Well,
when I
did you
did get him
ever
to do
sing
it, it
it?
was cool.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Nah, maybe.
maybe.
But I've got Your Love Song Part One to do if I ever want to bust something like that out. So.
True. The new album has some really interesting and fun song titles, some that have not been similar to past art, and wondering if it's kind of because of your solo creative freedom or if it's just because that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, it was just kind of like I wanted stuff to be funny sometimes, you know? Like POV, you're dead and I'm checking my hair in your sunglasses. I was like, that's just funny.
That was my next question is just I just need to know what made you wake up one day and think this is exactly what I want to write.
I swear that I saw it in like a tweet or something. Or like a meme. I saw it on like a meme or a tweet. I swear, but I've looked for it
And
so
you
many
can't
times.
find
I've
it.
looked for it and I can't find it.
Mm,
So I'm like, did I? I must have because I was like, I don't want to like steal somebody's joke, but I can't find it. So I don't know if somebody can find it, let me know.
just some insider on the lyrics. I also saw that Kevin was on that song, so I'm just interested on how that writing process went.
That song's been that song started as a Kevin demo like years ago, and it was called White Boy Dance,
Mm,
and um then I started writing lyrics to it, and the first thing was all the trees are pink in my rearview camera. So then it became trees. So I'm like I half the stuff I never like I never know which song it actually is by the time the real name comes out. I'm like, ah. Um, yeah, does Kevin sing on that one at all? I don't know if Kevin actually sings on any of it, but that one started as one of his demos like years ago that we like tried to write like, five different times and it like just never worked out. So there's a couple of those on this one where I just like took one of I took something from, you know, however many years ago or like the past few years or whatever, and just was like, okay, I'm just gonna finish the song myself and you know see what happens. And so I did that with a few of them, and then Kevin was like, "Oh, this turned out sick. Let's make it." Just like
that's
rad.
awesome. Is that kind of a typical Honey thing? Is that you make a lot of demos and then you circle back to them, or is it mainly like original sit in studio, write a song?
Yeah, usually things end up as demos, whether it's usually me or Kev, but the occasional Goldie, um, and you know sometimes they're just 30 seconds. It's just like two different parts or whatever, and then we'll all like sit around and like finish it, or sometimes somebody's demo is just like, oh, this is like good as it is. Let's just like write a couple more parts on top of it and like everybody do their thing.
think that's the best way to make it
Yeah.
work. I feel like the superficial just sit down with a songwriter is just never makes the best kind of work.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we never did that. And like there's only been a handful of times where we like wrote like a song at like, the practice space or something like that. That was like because when you are all I mean it works sometimes for some people, but like I think Televised was like that.
Well, there goes my
I
job.
mean that song's only two parts, really. Um, um, but yeah, I mean that didn't always work out for us because like when you're all sitting in the room together, everybody's like trying to make sure that they're playing something like all the time. And it's like, sometimes the song doesn't breathe really when like everybody's trying to just like make sure that like, oh, I need to make sure I like write a part for this part. And it's like, not everything needs it all the time. So
Hmm.
we were usually always like demo stuff.
Love it. And I think that also shines through with Spirit. It's just very genuine and you can tell that a lot of thought has gone into it. So, really good work. You just
Thanks.
announced a tour with Microwave in the spring, which is going to be amazing. And I'm just wondering if that set list is going to be more Spirit focused since it is kind of your first like original solo work, or if it's going to be a mix.
I think it will probably be very, very spirit heavy, if not even a few new songs.
Oh,
Like I'll probably end up because I have a lot of stuff right now that I'm ready to um put out anyway. Because I mean honestly, Spirit was done uh like I finished it like fall of last year or something like that. And then it like, it takes a while to get mixed and then there's like, oh, we have to wait for this to start rolling it out and then it's like even when the first song came out was what sideways and like people didn't even know that it was like part of an album yet. So it was like okay we'll kind of like let everybody know that it's just going to be you from now on and then we'll start putting music like the new stuff out and then it's like okay we'll do just two songs here and then we'll let everybody know like after everybody hopefully realizes that I'm still a band and like because half of the people like on that Instagram post that we made like announcing that the guys weren't going to be a part of it anymore. Everybody was like, "Oh, R.I.P. Damn, can't believe Honey's breaking up." And I'm like, "No, no." But you know, so I had to make sure that people knew that I was still a band before I was like, "New album's coming out." But then after that, even then when you announce a new album, and then it's like, still it takes 6 months for that thing to come out. So I've been sitting on that record for like almost a year or whatever. So I'm ready to just start
that'll be
cranking out new
awesome.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll probably
Uh,
end up yeah, long story short, I'll probably end up, playing a few new ones on that tour.
I'll be there. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
good to hear. You mentioned in an interview that Sideways was your least favorite song off of the new album,
Yeah,
which is
that's why I put it
crazy.
out first.
Okay, sure. Uh, so do we have a favorite or do we have reasonings why that's your least favorite?
mm, what is my favorite? I Can See My House From Here is probably my favorite. Um, but I also really love Crossing Guard. Nobody really likes that one that much. Um, that one's underrated. Um, and Sideways, I don't know. It's just like it's cool. I like it, but it ended up just being one of the songs has to be my least favorite song on the record. So it's like it just ended up being that one. That song I wrote that song just because of a keyboard part that I wrote for the live version of Kick Your Teeth In. So if you even like at like live at Paul's when we if you go and listen to Kick Your Teeth In at live at Paul's, you can hear that keyboard part at the end. It's in the whole last chorus of Kick Your Teeth In the dun 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 dun. So I was like, oh, I put that keyboard part in there because I just wanted something a little extra live. And then I was like, oh, like I really like this keyboard part. I was like, what if I wrote a new song with this keyboard part that starts with the keyboard part. So when we play Kick Your Teeth in live, we can play whatever song I write with to this keyboard part after that song. And so that's like why I wrote Sideways. I was like, I just like this keyboard part. And that would be a really cool transition if that just kept playing and then we started whatever that new song is. Does that all make sense?
Yes. Was that the set
Um,
list for the Cartel tour? Like, was that the transition, or have you yet to do it?
no, because I no, because I ended up not liking Sideways as much
Oh
as
my
other
gosh.
songs that I ended up putting on the record.
That's
So it kind of like defeated the purpose of the song itself. But I'll do it eventually,
has to
because
happen.
it's cool because the transition is cool. I did it on I did it when I was playing that song on the those May shows. Those like couple May headline shows that we did and the couple that we did with Knuckle Puck. I did it I did it on that tour. So it's documented.
I don't remember that because I was at the
Really?
Denver one.
Oh,
Like I would have remembered.
dude, I did it. I totally did it.
Dang. Well, till next time. The last thing I have for you is circling back to Pain, Ache, and Loving. It's a quick game if you're around to do
Uh-oh.
it.
Okay.
It's called Pain, Ache, or Loving. So I'm gonna list certain things off and you have to assign them a category, whether you feel it's that way or
Okay.
whatever. These range from deep to fun things, so beware. The
Okay.
first thing is nostalgia.
Mm, that one's got to be Ache. It's all three, but it's Ache.
The next is the Lakers.
Oh, loving, obviously, except for except for the other night when we lost to the Spurs. That was pain
Yeah.
because now we're out of the cup.
Oh,
But usually it's loving. It's always loving. It's unconditional loving.
brain rot.
Um, mm, God, see, this isn't even the deep shit, but it is still deep. I'm going with loving. Fuck it.
Loving, really?
Yeah, why not?
Wouldn't take you as a brain rot lover.
I mean, look, I'm keeping my daughter off the iPad, but
Okay,
you know, for the sake of for the sake of fun, I'm gonna say it's loving.
perfect.
And should
Stick,
not sound like a, grumpy old dude.
right.
I already have this stupid mustache right now.
It's all right. It looks pretty cool.
It's for the holidays.
So it's gone for tour or what?
It'll be yeah.
Dang,
It's gone on New Year's. New Year's Day. But
gone.
I just think it's festive. My wife
It is
likes it, so
festive.
I have to
Stick.
have it for this Roxy show though. I'm kind of upset.
It kind of. You've had the mustache though in past
I
eras,
see,
so
I know. It was like I was like maybe the mustache is nostalgic for the show.
yeah, it is.
Whatever. Okay, next.
Stickdeath.com.
Oh, loving. God, I miss that shit. How do you know about stickdeath.com?
I've been a Honey fan forever. You don't think I watch interviews? Like, come on.
Okay, yeah, big time, big loving for stickdeath.com.
Tours in the winter.
Actually loving.
What?
I like them better than towards in the summer. I'd rather be cold than hot
Hmm.
because I'm always hot. I live in the freaking valley. I live in Los Angeles. So like I'm always hot. I like being in Chicago when it's like fucking snowing in Chicago, you know? And
I
like I
guess,
like jackets.
yeah. If you don't experience winter, I feel like maybe it's cool too, but
Yes. And like we've only hit some like really bad weather one time when we were in the polar vortex on that tour in 2017 and Kevin was driving in the van and trailer spun around in a full 360
oh my God.
on the 80 on the I-80. So we've
Gee,
only had one like bad experience with like snow and driving. Other than that, yeah, I like being on tour in the winter. I like being all cold, and like bundled up in the van or whatever, you know? It's nice. And then yeah, I like wearing jackets.
fair enough.
It's
But
better than being hot and like sweaty and fucking always in shorts.
yeah, but what if the heating goes out in the van? Would you rather like be able to
Well,
rely on
that,
those
I
decks.
mean, that happened to us on that same Polar Vortex tour.
Oh
And
God.
like, I remember I was driving fully clothed inside of two sleeping bags, and like, I couldn't feel my feet like on the pedals.
Oh my God.
That one was gnarly. But see, like, I don't know, that already happened. So fuck it.
All right, next one is dating apps.
Oh, I'm just gonna go with pain because I don't have any experience and like,
There.
but I don't know because my brother-in-law and his wife met on Hinge. So maybe loving.
Probably a mix.
I think I know a couple people that like are like some of my favorite couples that I've actually like met on Hinge. So, that one gets both.
That's fair. Spotify Wrapped Judgment.
Mm, pain. Spotify is pain. I'm like, I have a tortured relationship with Spotify, you know?
No, I use Apple Music, unfortunately.
That's
So,
good job. Good job. Yeah, keep doing that.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Spotify's evil, but I also like don't know really if my band would exist without it, but I don't know. You know? It's weird.
So Spotify as a whole is pain.
Spotify is pain.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Good to know.
big time.
Listening to Pain, Ache, and Loving now.
I've been doing it a lot the last like 2 weeks because I'm like remaking keyboard tracks and stuff like that for it. So it's, I mean, most things like that you make after a while, you're like, ugh, meh, to it. You know what I mean? Then sometimes eventually you come around and you go, you know what, that was actually really good what I did. And then you kind of like hate it again and you like it again. So I don't know. I'm in like that one gets all three.
Okay. I think that's a
Can
good
I
way.
do that? Is that
Yeah.
cheating?
It's your EP, unfortunately, so I don't know what cheating is. Next one is pedal boards.
Oh God. Pain. My life would be so much easier if I didn't have to deal with them. I don't even have mine for this Roxy show. My pedal board is in our bus. It's in my bus, which is still in Pennsylvania
Huh.
because the axle broke on the last tour. And so like some in Pennsylvania. And so I had to leave it there for some guy to fix. Now it's fixed. Then I have to fly to go get it. But I'm just gonna drive it to Atlanta because that's where the microwave tour starts. So whatever. And all my gear is already in it.
Oh my gosh.
So my pedal board's in the bus. So I have to build a new so I have to build a new pedal board
Huh.
actually for this Roxy show. So pain,
That's fair enough.
pain.
The future.
Future. Oh God. Ugh. It's painful to think about it. Oh God. Anxiety.
It's a good way.
Anxiety is fear of the future, not knowing what's gonna happen. So I'm going ache. I'm scared.
It's valid. And then the last thing is televised magazine.
Oh, loving, obviously. That one's easy.
Perfect. Well, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me, and it's obviously such a big honor to have you on Televise. Is there anything you want to promote to our viewers?
Um, no,
No.
no,
All right.
no. I'm gonna take this opportunity to plug absolutely nothing. I don't know. Just keep listening to my music. That's all. If anybody wants to go buy anything off my Depop, that's cool. Trying to put a drum set in my garage and I don't have any room.
That's fair enough. Well, to anyone who is curious, Honey is going on tour with Microwave this spring. You can buy tickets now, and I would say
Oh
go.
yeah, I guess that.
Yeah. I would say go buy tickets to the show on the 18th, but it is sold out. So keep listening to Spirit and be prepared for the spring tour. Thank you.
Thank you. Bingo.